Black History.
Black History.
Black History.
Black History.
Black History.
Black History. Black History.
Black History.
Black History. Black History. Black History.
Facts.
FX presents the Indu Podcast with your host, T. Sterling Watson.
Good morning, Induians. I'm T. Sterling Watson.
And I'm Courtney.
This is the Indu Podcast. Thank you for stopping by and pressing play. This is last week in February, I think. I've already forgotten what day.
Next week is technically the last week, I guess.
Right.
Because part of next week
this
is February.
Okay. I didn't even look at a calendar. It's episode 94. That is the point I'm trying to get to. Episode 94. And today we are talking about all about Black history. But before we do, I brought a special guest, a special friend, one of my other creative collaborators, loving to bounce ideas and talk things and hopefully be with us for future episodes. Portia LeBlack is with us.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Portia. Welcome.
Thanks. You can totally call me LeBlanc. It's okay, though. Everyone knows me as LeBlack.
Okay, LeBlack.
Oh,
okay,
nice.
I'm so sorry. I forgot to ask you ahead of time. I think because we talk so much, so I just go by that. So LeBlack, yes. Now I do know that you are a fan of the show and you have listened, so you are probably prepared for what's next.
Yes.
All right.
Kind of. Not really.
So-
oh, no. I think I jinxed myself.
Well, I will just begin now and say that Ben and Jerry's calls you in particular, and they're like, LeBlack Creative, it's in your name, creative. We
Yes.
need help. We need a creative idea from you. We ran out of ice cream flavors. We need you to come up with something new and give it a name. What do you tell them?
Well, anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge comic book fan.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say the Batman, and it's Oreo, chocolate ice cream, peanut butter ice cream swirl. All mixed in. Yeah.
Nice.
That sounds delicious.
I can
And
neither
I feel like-
confirm nor deny that I've made that combination at several restaurants and made life inconvenient for someone serving me.
Oh, well, it's a good flavor, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's honestly divine, and it should be made, ready to made, and purchased in restaurants across the country, but it has not happened yet. So that is my life's mission, you guys.
Mm. I mean, I feel
It's
like
a
the
noble
closest
cause.
we can get to that is going to Cold Stone Creamery and having them mix it
Mhm.
up.
Yeah. Good do it there.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Ben and Jerry's. I didn't mean to cross.
So
Cross
it's
contaminate.
I did. I'm so sorry. It's only because it came up recently in conversation. Someone had sent me a video of a cheeseburger ice cream or Whopper ice cream. I'm sorry.
Ugh, I saw that. I don't understand. I still don't get it.
the disrespect. Ice cream.
It
It's
was
so
it wasn't pleasant.
disrespectful.
It was not pleasant. They had questions, and I felt like they brought it to the right person, because they were like, first of all, the ice cream that was being served was known as Thai ice cream or I think pan fried ice cream. It's got a few different names, but it's rolled up, and it was all the craze maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago. It still must be happening, but you can mix anything you want within this ice cream. Somebody decided to take a Whopper, chop it up, and squish it into this particular kind of ice cream. And yeah,
So disrespectful.
it is.
And so
I
unnecessary. I don't know.
nothing I would want
That's how
to
you
eat.
know the devil is real, you guys. That's how you know.
Oh, he's alive and well out here trying to steal, kill, and destroy.
Yes, but we will rebuke this power and combat it.
Right. Yes.
Lord Jesus, let us form a prayer circle as we
Let's pray
speak
now.
because this evil is running rampant, and it cannot come across these lines. We must put an end to it. I'm going to make it's a perfect segue. It is not a perfect segue. I'm going to make it a segue because this terrible evil needs to be stopped. We need a force to come against it. I don't know, like a crime fighting family of some sort.
Oh,
maybe
yes.
if they had like special powers or something,
Mhm.
such as the new show Umbrella Academy on Netflix. Was that a decent segue? Was that?
I think that was
okay, cool.
That was very smooth. Very smooth.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Good job.
Have any of you seen it yet?
No, not yet.
That would be a slight positive. I did the very stereotypical started something way past my bedtime. Glimpse. But I can tell you right now, I already know who's going to be my favorite. It's going to be number 4, the Seance, because he played Nathan in the Misfits, and I love this actor. He's a phenomenal actor, and I was actually quite disappointed that we didn't see him do more things right after the Misfits. So this is going to be a great breakout role for him and reintroduce him to U.S. audiences, because I think they forgot what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. And you, Courtney, you've seen Misfits because that was a Saturday Night Sci-Fi.
Mm-hmm. I have. So I've only seen like a couple of episodes, but I loved it. So I was very impressed, and I really loved it. I didn't finish it, and I didn't get very far, but yeah, it was a good show. Really good show.
I agree. I liked it too, and Nathan was one of my favorite characters on that show. So I was saddened when he left. It's not too much of a spoiler because the show eventually kind of, I feel like it went downhill, but I never finished it because a lot of the original actors left.
Immediately. Like it was Nathan, and then like the your stereotypical biracial character. That's no shade. That's no shade, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we're
stereotype.
Yes, very much. So after those two characters left, the show just went downhill. Everyone kind of agrees. So, but those first 2 seasons were knockout stellar and showed his range. So I'm excited to see him come back and flex his muscle with an actress who I think is really coming into her own, Ellen Page. We kind of have that pre-come out Ellen Page and then the post come out, and I think we really got to designate that, because I think the roles that she's picked since coming out are significant and deliberate.
I was pretty excited to see that she was a part of this, because I didn't know anything about Umbrella Academy until like I didn't know that Netflix was doing the show and didn't know any of its origins pre-show. But then I saw that she was part of it, and isn't Mary J. Blige also a part of it?
Yes,
absolutely.
She is.
Okay, so
she's gonna play Cha-Cha.
She's what?
She's gonna play Cha-Cha.
Okay. So yeah, but to see those two for sure, but to see Ellen Page, like I've always really liked her and liked her work. I was pretty excited about it.
What sold me was Mary J. Blige, and they had a still, and I think it was on Shadows and, oh my goodness, how did I forget Shadow the website already? Yes, Shadow and Act. They had a still shot of Mary J. Blige pointing a gun, and I'm like, I'm sold.
Very sexy. I always like Black women pointing guns at people. That's like my thing. I think that's my sexuality. It's my favorite thing in the whole entire world because she gets to play an assassin. And so my thing about putting powerful Black women in, comic book type roles, hero roles, is we usually get designated as the help or the magical Negro that's very meek and mild and has just enough power, but not too much power. So I like that she's a badass that kills people. So yay.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what's happening. And I'd also like to give a quick shout out to Lauren Warren, because I know that's something that she always gets excited about. Just action in general, but definitely if it's a Black woman who's about to kill somebody or a bunch of somebodies. So yes. And I have completed the series. It did end on a note where I'm like, okay, I'm ready for season 2. They better bring me season 2.
Mm-hmm.
No spoilers here, but
Yep.
I will say, if there's anyone out there that does want to talk and maybe do a spoiler episode or whatever, let me know, and we'll get that, because I do have some questions, just for storytelling purposes. And yeah, but definitely it is recommended. Umbrella Academy, I almost called it Umbrella Club. It's great. It's a really, I feel like it was a quick watch, even though I think it's 13 episodes, but I just kind of kept going, and I'm like, I need to know what happens next. And all the characters are very interesting, very three-dimensional. They're all flawed. It's great. It's great. It came out of nowhere for me. It is based on a comic book by one half, or one of the original members of Good Charlotte. I forgot his name, but he drew comics. I think there's like 3 books of this particular story out right now. But yeah, that's out there. So other things in Netflix world is this other documentary that I guess must have been not passed around, but like talked about on both Facebook and Twitter. And people kept asking like, hey, have you seen Abducted in Plain Sight? And it was just a really weird, the documentary itself is weird, and disturbing.
Sure.
Really messed up. But I think it was just strange that so many people kept talking about it, or even asking me specifically, have you seen it? Or you should check it out. I need to talk to somebody about this. So that's probably why they're asking me. So have either of you seen that documentary yet?
Not this one. I haven't seen it. I mean, I keep seeing it around, but I have not actually watched it.
So I was going to actually bow out of this one and say that the only thing that I've done with this is seen lots and lots of articles about this. So I'm actually, my interest is definitely peaked. I'm thinking the thing that's hard for me is Netflix is doing this whole crime spree that I don't quite get.
They really are tapping into that.
Absolutely, Courtney. And my thing is, I get really, really nervous because we don't want to stroke the egos and stroke the minds of those who want to do bad things. And I feel like Netflix is crossing that very, very thin line of, you're giving attention, but that positive attention that, creepos who want to abduct people, kidnap people, rape people, like the whole Ted Bundy thing, is an issue.
Yes. I'm weird.
It is weird. And it's weird that people's response is, oh, this is hot. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of sidetracking. I promise I'll get back to Abducted in Plain Sight. But
go on the rabbit trail.
Yeah.
I have to here because I'm really, really nervous, because we've seen what happened before when in the 90s. Remember, in the 90s it was really popular. You got home from school and there would be like an hour segment of like horrific crimes going across America.
Yeah.
Well, Netflix is making these little series that are like really super fascinating and engaging audiences. But I wonder if we're like seriously creating the next Ted Bundy and the next James Broberger case. I'm nervous about it. So to answer your question, have I seen it? No. Read a bunch of articles about it, and I'm on the fence if I even want to hear Netflix review here. I don't want them thinking this should be a thing.
And I would agree with that too, because there definitely has been a true crime wave, because I remember when it started with podcasts. There's a whole bunch of them now, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with it because it is like a genre of, I hate to even call it entertainment, because like at the other end there are victims to a lot of these crimes, and we should be sensitive to that as well, and but it is something that interests a lot of people. And it's always been a thing where people are always interested in, like, wow, what happens to this person? Why do they do these things? And you mentioned Ted Bundy, and it's interesting what Netflix and Hulu is doing, because Hulu also Netflix released their Ted Bundy tapes, and Hulu just released a Bundy documentary as well. So once again, they are kind of, I don't know, competing with each other.
Yeah.
Because they did the Fire Festival ones.
Right. So. Like back to back.
And that actually feeds into my point, which makes me nervous. I definitely think the victims have to have their story told. We definitely need to have a conversation. How we frame the conversation is just as important as having the conversation.
Right. I would agree. And as for people who are sensitive to things like this, for abductions and rapes and so forth, the second person that talked to me about it, they were the ones who seen it on Facebook and asked me, like, is this any good? And I told that person in particular that they should not watch this, because this was, yes, and it was too close to their personal life. Like, it's unfortunate that I know too many people who have gone through situations similar to this. But the fact that when I was watching this, I was thinking of one particular person, and that person was the one who asked me, should they watch it? I'm like, absolutely not. And these are the reasons why. So I gave them the whole summary of the documentary, and they were like, oh, okay, yeah, thank you. I'm going to not watch it then. Like,
steer clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
That is good. Probably why they came to you too.
Yeah. Because that was one of the first times I've ever, like, anyone's ever come to me and told me about their experience. And that was like the first time I really believed. I mean, I was still like, I don't know, in my 20s. It doesn't matter. But one of the first women that have told me about an assault. And so ever since then, I've always been one that believes women. Whenever they say something's happened to me, I'm like, okay, I believe you. But I will say that she is a strong survivor. She's living a great life now. So kudos to her. And
we stand
I'm sure if you met
strong
her,
queen.
Yes, she does. She's great, lovely, great family. Go get them.
Awesome. That's good. I always love a happy ending.
Yes, it is happy. As for another, this one still falls under true crime, but it's true celebrity crime, but it's also Black history. It's my idol, and don't know why it's taking me this long to talk about him on this podcast, but those who know me know I'm a huge Sam Cooke fan, and I was super excited, just ecstatic that Netflix had produced a documentary about him. The Two Killings of Sam Cooke is what it's called. And this is highly recommended. Like, I almost want to make it mandatory for people, but there's no way for me to hold people accountable if they watch it or not, or any way for me to, reprimand them. Like, why didn't you watch this yet? So I do own a documentary about Sam Cooke, and it's really great. My parents had found it for me, and watched it like a dozen times. And then this one came out like a couple weeks ago, and it's got even more in-depth stuff. It's got more interviews with people like Smokey Robinson, his his great nephew, who I've met through like email and correspondence. He wrote a book about him and signed it for me. So there's a whole lot of people in here in this documentary that really makes the story very genuine. And it's called The Two Killings. Well, I don't want to say why, but one killing is something that's still somewhat debated to this day, even though most people they agree that something is really amiss in the way that he died. So that's really tackled in, I think, the last maybe 15, 20 minutes, trying to decipher what really happened and just the impact that it has on culture and society, and just what Sam himself was doing during the civil rights era and just the Black Power movement. And there's a lot in this, and I think it's only maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half, but there's a lot in it. I can't recommend it enough. When I do venture out on Twitter, I try to tweet about it at least maybe once a day, just to remind people. And not only that this needs to be a biopic in the making, and I will nominate John Legend to play Sam Cooke, even though he might not look that much like him. But yeah,
I think he could play the part.
That is my pitch. I think you play the part, because I mean, even their lifestyles are pretty similar, because John Legend really has been someone who's been fighting for the people and bringing not political awareness, but just like civil rights awareness and just social. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. And he's been putting more of that into his music.
No offense, but if Zoe Saldana can play Nina Simone, John Legend can absolutely.
Little shade there.
All the shade, Zoe. I'm coming for you. I will never forgive you for this.
You know what? I almost forgot that existed. That whole
Well, I think culturally and collectively, we as the Black delegation have decided to block that out because of all the very good comic book characters and sci-fi that Zoe has done. But I have not forgotten. I will not let him forget. So I totally stand and support John Legend, because he is an artist, he can sing, and he actually has done some of the things that Sam Cooke has done.
And he can act too, because I did like him in Jesus Christ Superstar. So
he's a good actor.
He was in Soul Man, but he played a corpse most of the time. So
I don't think that counts.
It doesn't
maybe
count,
it
but
does.
I think,
I don't know. Like, live your life, maybe that's count.
Yeah. I mean, he was working his way up, because he started as a dead man, and then, he worked his way up to Jesus, and then he died there too. Yeah. Oh man, if you play Sam Cooke, he's gonna die again. Oh.
I mean, maybe there's this, maybe he's just that type of actor. It's not a method actor. What is it? Just a what is it where they only play kind of one type of actor? Is there a term for that?
Typecast?
Typecast. Yeah, maybe that's his typecast.
I was gonna call it the reverse LL Cool J, because he never dies in any of his roles.
Yes, that's true.
That's
the
true.
One Black man who will survive every horror story.
Every time. He's got that gene, I guess.
Black History fact. Thank you, LL Cool J, for always surviving in movies. Don't ever die, bro.
Deepest, bluest, my heart is like a shark's fin. Truer words never been spoken.
Hashtag facts.
So yeah, that's the 2 Killings of Sam Cooke on Netflix. I meant to check, because you mentioned Nina Simone, and I don't know, I'm hoping it's still there, but Whatever Happened to Nina Simone is another documentary I absolutely love. I think that came out like a year or 2 ago, and I believe it was produced by Netflix, so I'm hoping it's still there. So that's something to check out if you haven't already, just to add to your Black history culture curriculum on Netflix.
Nice.
As for another show, if you'd like to do some learning, you can head over to the BET. They have American Soul, which is the series about Don Cornelius and I'm drawing a blank suddenly. I've only watched the first episode, which I liked so far, but I just put it in the DVR, so I'm just going to go through the season when the time comes, or when the season ends, and I'm like, okay, now I'm going to watch it. But I like the first episode so far. So it's, and I don't know much about his life, and I figured I'll be entertained and also, learn through this way. And then I'll go back through Wikipedia to make sure it's right.
Exactly.
So that's some more Black history for you. Where's my little notes taking me? So I've been also binging on this series called One Strange Rock, that is hosted by Will Smith, and he is exploring, or not just him, but 8 astronauts tell their story of Earth from space. Well, they're back on Earth, but they're talking about how they've traveled and around, and like, wow, the Earth is really, this happens, and you never get to see it unless you're from here. And it's produced, I think, by Darren Aronofsky, who's a very weird director. Every other movie I seem to like, but the other ones that I don't like, I really don't like them. I'm talking about Pi. I'm talking about The Wrestler. These are the ones I don't like. I still don't know if I like Black Swan or not. But the ones I did like, I like Noah.
I liked Black Swan, if that counts for anything.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't know. It's on the fence for me. I'm unsure. Noah I liked, even though it was like crazily inaccurate when it comes to
really,
trying
you like
to make
that
a
movie
biblical
though?
film. I
I'm
did, because I
shocked you
liked how
it.
I liked that the angels were rock people. There's like little strange things about it that was just really weird. I'm like, that's interesting. That's an interesting take. Yeah, I just found it interesting. And I did like The Fountain, even though that was weird the first time, but it was just visually just brilliant. Oh yeah, he also did that other movie I really don't like. Requiem for a Dream. Hated that movie.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it, but I know enough about it to know to stay away.
Yeah, if you like happy endings, then
that's not
stay away from this movie. Yeah,
yeah,
it's not for you. But yeah, he produced this, and you can kind of tell because you see a little bit of his visual style, which really adds to the nature, because it's part nature documentary, it's part science. Well, nature is science, but like just the way they tell their stories, they go all over the world to talk about different things. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because they do talk to a Mae Jemison, who was the first Black woman in space.
Really?
Yes.
That's exciting. Oh, that is so cool, actually.
She is one of the 8 astronauts and they seem to kind of focus on each one in each episode. I think there's 8 episodes, and each one kind of has their time in the spotlight, so to speak, and they tell their story, like where they're from and then their experiences in space. Yet each episode has its own topic. Like one is more about air, one is about the sun and how it affects Earth.
That's cool.
It's a whole number of things, and I really, really like its style. So I will often put this on. Sometimes I'm putting it on just before I go to sleep because I just need something calming and soothing and spacey to fall asleep to. And her episode came on. Not only that, but I recently saw a Drunk History episode that also featured her.
Oh, okay. I'm glad she's getting her flowers.
Yeah. Played by wow, I didn't write her name down. She was in Orange is the New Black. Samira Wiley, I think her name is. Yeah, Samira Wiley. I did realize, and I'm since I'm still recording, I'm gonna have to edit this little piece in because I have a correction to make. I think it was actually Kevin Hart's Black History special that talked about Mae Jemison and not Drunk History.
Oh, okay.
So,
I mean, and I still have to watch that. I'm interested in watching that too.
It was good. I liked it.
So good. So good.
Yeah.
Good.
And Drunk History also good as well.
It is. It's still good. It's just that you won't find Mae Jemison's story in that. I don't think. I don't know, because I'm trying to find information on the new season, and it still could possibly be, but I don't think it was Samira Wiley who played her, because she did play the first aviator to, I think, do our first Black aviator, I believe, in America. Black woman aviator, and she had to go to France in order to learn how to fly, and because they wouldn't do it here. Yeah, because between her being Black and a woman, they wouldn't allow that. So
double whammy.
Which actually was a pretty good. They tend to try to find actors or actresses that kind of look like who they're supposed to portray. So
they did
a good job in that. Yeah, they did go with her.
Good.
And of course, as usual, the show was very funny. And I think did they feature just Black stories? I think they did. I think that was their Black History episode.
I think
But that
that
was
I think that they recently featured the Little Rock Nine on there.
yes,
Somebody,
they did, and I was gonna let you
somebody,
know.
yeah, a friend of mine told me about it. I still haven't watched it, but it's definitely on my to do list because that story is always an interesting one because it talks about something that happened in my hometown, and we hear about it a lot here. Well, not as
Hmm.
much as you might think, but like we know it. So it's always interesting to hear, like, not an outsider's view, but hear a different view than what we hear all the time.
Right, and I apologize. I was not one of the people that said, "Hey, you should check this out," because it's in your hometown. Um, and I'm blanking. I'm trying to look up her name. There it is. Amandla Stenberg.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Am I saying her name right?
yeah, it's
Amandla
Ant-Man.
Steinberg.
Steinberg. There you go.
I
Okay,
think it's Steinberg.
she's one of the actresses in that in the Drunk History short. So
Hmm.
Which one? The Little Rock Nine or the other one?
yes. Oh, the Little Rock Nine. Yes.
Okay. Sweet.
Actually, I
I'll
wonder if
check
that's the
it out.
same episode. That might be the same episode. I'll get back to you
I
later
don't
on
know.
that.
I don't know.
Either way, this is a plug for Drunk History. Do check that show out.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's pretty good.
educational. It's funny. Yes. Speaking of space, this is this is breaking news. Can you help me out, Courtney? So there are 300,000 new galaxies discovered.
Whoa. Are you serious?
Yeah, as of I guess maybe today or yesterday, one of these special satellites that they use for radio satellites that see fuzzy objects far, whatever they do, they found 30 or 300,000 new galaxies. And I can't fathom this because I still have a hard
Yeah.
time wrapping my head around the galaxy that we live in, the one
Right.
galaxy. So
Right. That's huge.
yeah. So I'm just a little
Like,
I don't
know
have
what to do
words.
with that number. Those are big numbers.
They are. Hey LeBlack, how do you feel about space and all these galaxies? Do you want to visit any of them?
I would just like to let all aliens who are listening to this podcast know that I'm done with Earth. I am willing and ready to come aboard whichever ship and submit to any medical tests, please. I know we're going to keep this podcast PG-13 max, but wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hi, alien, come get me. I'm ready. But no, I do want to just say I would hate to be the intern that had to assist with setting up the 300 galaxies and mapping them. So I want to send a
Yes.
special prayer request to the NASA intern who shows up on their first day and finds out that that's going to be their job for a couple of months. Good luck to you, young person. Good luck. I'm so sorry. But special shout out to the telescope who for finding it. That's amazing. That's super awesome, and I'm just so excited to hear that we're still exploring because I know that we have an administration, and I won't turn into politics, but I know we have an administration that is not a huge fan of space. So kudos, NASA. Keep kicking butt. Keep exploring the stars. Humanity needs to dream.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
Well
we said
said.
yeah, it is. I do applaud because that was a great speech and a plea and also a pitch to
Mhm.
NASA. But let's
Mama
not
knows
forget.
I know you did that. Good
Like you
job.
came ready. That was your
Yes.
elevator pitch. Like all of NASA. Neil deGrasse Tyson was in there. He heard it. So
Please.
I would be remiss if I did not say that this current administration does or is planning to start Space Force. So
Oh, you know what? I put that. I have this place inside my mind that I call the mind vault, and I put things that I don't like there. And so, because Space Force came out of his mouth and not Obama's mouth, I put it in the mind vault. But sir, thank you for correcting me. You are correct. I just hate that the coolest president, Obama, didn't get a chance to say the words Space Force because my ass would have shown up. Oh, language. Sorry. I would have I just want you to know I would have been first in line for the Space Force. I want to do the STEP team. I have a jacket planned out for Space Force with Obama.
I
I'm
love
ready.
it. Did you say with Obama's face on it?
Yeah, Obama space, because I don't believe I don't it's against my religion to accept the current administration that we're in.
Yeah.
So I'm not present. I don't understand the words y'all are saying. So I accept that there's a possibility that there's a new president right now, but I'm
not quite singing in for you.
No, it's not happening. Sorry, Courtney. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Sorry.
You're no. Hey, listen. You live your best life, and if
Thank
that's
you.
really your belief, hey, man. Hey, that's all I got for you. Is hey.
There you go.
And let us continue to pray, because this prayer circle is strong.
Yes.
We will keep the faith that whatever is, I mean, it's all blocked out. So whatever that shady area is over in the Delaware, Maryland area,
Yeah.
There's a house. I don't know what color it is. It's all fuzzy over there. So we don't know. After Obama left, everything just faded away. So.
Yes.
But man, how cool would that have been if he's the one who started Space Force?
Oh, it would be amazing. First of all, like, could you imagine like Obamacare in space? Like, I would just, I would love it. First of all, my weight would be correct. I'd be 22 pounds, sexy.
Hey, there you
love
go.
It. First of all, BMI in space, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. I want that. I want that for my life. I feel like the aliens were planning on visiting, and they were waiting for Obama to say Space Force. He did not. Obama, I'm giving you the eyes. You can't see that. And so after they realized he was not going to do it, they decided to just wait. And I respect that. I respect you, aliens, and I love you, aliens. I know you listen.
So you've given your elevator pitch to NASA and the aliens.
Aliens. Like, that's a boss move.
Yes.
Yeah. One of them out in, I mean, there's got to be at least one alien out in these 300,000 galaxies, not to mention the one that we currently live in, and however many known galaxies there currently are. I don't even know what that number is. I can't fathom. I'm not going to try to.
Make your head hurt.
It does. Someone posted a video recently of the size of Earth compared to the sun, compared to the largest known star, and then how that fits within our galaxy, the Milky Way, and how our galaxy is part of just this larger
blob.
Nebulous of
just a big blob.
And I was already broken by the time we got over to the Milky Way area. I'm like, I don't understand. I can't. Like, I've seen this before where there's like this picture of the blob, as you mentioned, of space, and then there's an arrow pointing, you are here. Like, what is that?
But like, am I really there though? Like, that's really small.
Yeah. Move the arrow over an inch. Okay, that's where I am. Really, I really don't know. So minuscule. So which does remind me, we were supposed to have a special Men in Black International episode reaction to the trailer, but I think we will just wait for the movie to come out and we'll do our whole like Men in Black themed episode then, because I still have stories to tell about Men in Black. So we'll wait till then.
Because
they're protecting the galaxy. What's the question?
The question is, with like Men in Black, you have stories. Were you a member, or do we need to talk after the game? Yeah.
I'm going to need you both to turn your cameras on. I have just for a second. Just for a second.
Bye, buddy.
I cannot confirm nor deny. Let's go to the next thing here we have.
Cool. I respect that.
Speaking of space, I do have a word watch word that is space related.
Word watch.
Okay. Waxing gibbous.
Oh, I know this word. I know this.
Okay. Okay. We have LeBlack, who has raised her hand first. I'm assuming I'll say that's a hand raised.
Yes. Ding, ding, ding. I don't know how to raise your hand with audio.
You do what you just did.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know waxing means larger or bigger.
Mhm.
Two, yep.
And gibbous is like a phase of the moon. So I'm imagining it's like the bigger moon. It's not the crescent. It's the one where it's like, oh, is that a full moon? No, that's not a full moon. It looks like, but yes, son. That's my son alerting everyone that he's gone potty. Thank you. Good job.
Yay, good job.
Yay, good
Woo!
job.
You did it, buddy.
I'm
There
so
are some
proud of
adults.
him.
There are some adults older than me that still have issues doing that in public.
Right.
But we're
Like,
moving
that's
on.
a big thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
But I will say that that's what it is. It's the moon that you're like, oh, is it full or is it behind a tree? No, it's not full. It's waxing gibbous.
Well done. Well done. Did you want to add to that? Because I think that was just about it.
No, that's like it. She's correct.
All right. You win points.
Laka. Oh, give me them points. Yee.
And save up enough points and you can buy a desk. Yes.
Yeah, a desk.
A desk.
Really?
Huh. How come I didn't know about this game? Can you buy books
Well,
with these points?
You are part of the game. Like you are like,
so I can't play.
you're like a
Like,
fact check.
I can't play.
Yeah. Only if it's like something that you didn't know, but you already knew the answer to also.
What?
Oh.
That's not fair.
So y'all gonna talk after the show. Y'all gonna talk?
We're gonna talk. I need to review my contract. I need to do a bunch of stuff because I don't know about this.
In 2019, we are reviewing contracts. Okay.
Reviewing them contracts.
Signing contracts, securing bags.
There you go. What else are the young kids saying?
Locking up secured bags and checking the contents of those bags too.
Yeah.
Making sure that those bags come with packing slips so you know exactly what's in the bag and what's supposed to be in there.
There you go.
Ooh, that's pretty like advanced. Look at you.
See, all these years working with places that deal with shipping packages and or whole mass amounts of boxes and like, oh wait, I'm supposed to have 5 boxes of, I don't know, gauze. I only have 4. Someone has some explaining to do. So and then we have to go back and see where that other missing box of gauze is because you're messing with my money. So yeah.
And we don't like that.
No.
Not one bit.
This bag is secured and insured. Oh, snap.
Oh, that needs to be a t-shirt. Can I have that as a t-shirt, please? Write that down.
Okay. What did I just say? This bag is secured and insured?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we woke and making adult moves in 2019, okay?
Okay.
I can only write so fast.
Write faster.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's our word watch. But hey, Courtney, you've got a Black History fact, I believe.
I do. I sure do. As you know, listeners, it is in fact Black History Month. But we here at Indoob honor Black History facts year round. But I am very happy to share this one about Mr. Gerald Lawson. I actually found out about this on the Twitters. He just sounds like a great guy. He recently passed, or it's been a few years now, but he basically is or was, a largely self-taught engineer who became a pioneer in electronic video gaming, creating the first home video game system with interchangeable game cartridges. So before this guy came around, we were all playing the same thing. Couldn't change our games out. We had to stick with whatever we were given. But
Pong?
Mr. Lawson,
Sorry, I was trying to think of the name. Is it Pong? What is it called?
The one where you just have the little ball and you ping it around, ping pong it around. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think I want to say he was before that, but I don't know. I found a an article by the Times. It doesn't. I'm not saying that it mentioned that, but um, yeah, he for a long time. Um, for a long time, he wasn't even acknowledged for like he wasn't acknowledged for this for I don't know why, but I mean, I have theories, but he wasn't acknowledged for this, huge
It was because
development.
he was black.
Well, since you're putting it out there, that's my one and only theory.
that is LeBlack being bold because
Yes.
that's what she does.
This is literally what I do for a living is be a troll and be annoying, Courtney. So I
No,
apologize.
you're not annoying. You're awesome, and that's why you're here. Of course.
Agreed.
Of course.
It's because they're black. That should be the title of
But
this
I mean,
episode.
that's true. I mean, he revolutionized the video game industry, which Black people and other marginalized people are often excluded from. So to have a Black person,
What was his name?
Gerald Lawson.
Gerald Lawson. See, you know what? I take that back. It wasn't because he was black. You know what the issue was?
What was
It
that?
was all the black mothers who are so ticked off that Jerry went ahead and created this little video game system so they don't want us children to understand that he was the one. Like, it was us. It was Black women. You know what, Black women? Shame on you for taking this away from Mr. Gerald, Mr. Gerald Anderson Lawson. Full name.
That is his full name.
As a Black mom, I apologize that we erased you in Black history because we're so tired and fed up with our children not getting up when we tell them to because they're switching out all these cartridges. Sir. Apologies.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, go on, Courtney.
Thank you, because hey, I ain't gonna shut it down. It may be some truth behind that, so
You ruffled her mom feathers. That's all. So.
I'm the mom of a boy, so it's like I know what my future entails is that. So I'm already preparing the anger. So
I'm tired of this game. I need see. At least he's not going to have to worry about the frustration of having to blow on the cartridges once they, you think that it's not working correctly. So,
or if it's not letting you win, it's like, oh, let me blow it off. It's been in there too long. And then, I mean, every time it lets you win after you blew it out, let it sit for a minute, and it like reset itself. So, but whatever. I'm over it. I'm not bitter or anything.
Yeah, I mean, this generation.
They
just don't know. The struggle was really real. And you couldn't save your game either? Oh, goodness.
Or you could, but when I was playing, you could. You just had to remember to do it. It didn't like auto save. But whoever remembered to save their game? Well, after the first, few times of not saving and then losing your game, then we were saving every 15 minutes or so.
Actually, I feel like Courtney, I'm very glad that you picked up him for your Black history fact, because I think there's a conspiracy theory here. Because think of how many moms, I'm not going to let this go, guys. Think of how many moms just walked up into a room and turned the TV off while you were in the middle of the game. And you can't say, so you're blowing on that cartridge, it's hot. Like, I think we need to have an episode around this, guys. I'm going to go write a report. 10 pages. I'll be right.
Single space, right?
Yes, single space.
And I'm going to put
a quick heck out of that.
Yeah, I'm going to put a quick plug in here, even though LeBlack will do it later. But go to what is it? I think LeBlack Creative, and just take off the .com, and you can read all of her great insights on many different topics.
Nice.
I believe there's at least one vlog on there, and I've been waiting for more to come about one of these days.
Yes, it's coming. I'm actually producing content. It's just posting it regularly is my next issue. It's hard.
Yeah.
Rough. Yeah, it's hard.
I know.
When you have a life, and that's not all you do.
and these little people running around just terrorizing and
mhm.
having you switch out the games. I get it.
Yes,
Mhm.
there you go. I'm not gonna ever let this go. I just want you guys to know, Courtney. Thank you. I
You're
know
welcome.
who to send all my anger is.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
Gerald. Gerald.
I'll eat it up. Yes.
I want
I'm
all
so
the smoke.
sorry. Courtney, was there more to his story before we jumped in and just
Well, yes, I would like to read a little bit more because I kind of gave an overview, but you know how the Times does it. They do like these really great in-depth obituaries, and it's great. So so it says here, the Times says in the mid-70s, he was director of engineering and marketing for the newly formed video game division of Fairchild Semiconductor. And it was under his direction that the division brought to market in 1976 the Fairchild Channel F, a home console that allowed users to play different games contained on removable cartridges. Until then, home video game systems could play only games that were built into the machines themselves. So as you can imagine, that can be super expensive if you had to, in order to change a game, you had to like buy a whole new console rather than just
You know
the
what?
cartridge.
In recent times, that's what Soulja Boy was doing. He was selling his little game console. I think there's games already built into it.
Mhm.
Well, and
And
a lot of consoles come with certain games, but that doesn't mean that you can't add to that and like with the CD or a disc or in those days a cartridge. But like before Mr. Lawson, that's it. Like you had the games or game. I don't know if there's many games on the console, but you had only what they had and that was it. You couldn't change it. So he changed the game.
literally, nice.
Literally. Hi, I didn't even try to do that one. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you did. Oh,
No.
Well, two high fives then, digitally.
Yeah.
And I was only giving a shady shout out to Soulja Boy with his little game console because Nintendo shut him down, I think, a couple times.
Oh yeah.
Because it was really just, I think, a Nintendo DS maybe, but he just took all the labeling off and said this is the Soulja Boy. Yeah.
I mean, he tried it, I guess. Like
I guess.
Go for it. I don't know.
I mean, create
B+
something
for
original.
effort.
A B+?
Yeah.
Yes, B+.
That's a pretty high grade for plagiarizing and
I mean,
stealing from a
let's talk about what
multi-million.
happened today. Fashion Nova stays ready and regularly steals from Kim Kardashian.
All the time. It's not just them, but I think they're the most blatant with it. Like,
oh yes,
it's insane.
Yes.
Like, how are they not sued yet?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Their reckoning is coming. But until then, they're going to collect all their coins. And so, out of respect for Fashion Nova and this young gentleman, I have to say B+ for effort because he just pulled a Fashion Nova on Nintendo.
But they shut him down, though. Does it still count?
That's why he got a B+. Because if he would have got an A, if he was successful, B+ because he tried and was, he did something, but you failed, boo-boo. So B+ for
and
effort.
let's not forget the effort grade is a separate grade from the actual project grade, which is an F.
Yes, which is an F.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with that then.
Yeah.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly.
Right. Whereas Gerald Lawson, he got an A for the project and an A for effort. So
A+.
He's golden. Whereas Soulja Boy is still Soulja Boy. Just
bless his heart.
Yeah.
That's what we say in the South. Bless your heart.
Yeah. I'm so South. So Southern.
Oh yeah. You both are very Southern gals. So Southern. Yeah, they're there.
I'm Southern adjacent, Courtney. I don't want to come off across fake. I'm actually from the West Coast, currently living in Atlanta area. So,
but it's Atlanta. Yeah, y'all are the South, I guess. But
that's what I'm trying to be respectful now.
I do appreciate it because I was about to ask you if you were actually from the South. I'm not hearing the Southern, the unmistakable Southern twang or the Southern drawl. I mean, I wasn't gonna hate, but we just don't have that discussion off air because I have questions.
That's why I had to come up because I know you guys give me the side eye if I say I'm from the Atlanta area. Like, no, you're not, sis. I'm like, I'm Southern adjacent.
But like, where you from though?
Yeah. Where you from? I'm from the West Coast. That's why there's no accent like that. So
got you. Well, welcome to the South. You're still one of us. You're good. Yeah, you're good.
Well, now I know how to ask that question. Where you from? Because there was a particular character I met who was not from here, not from this country, and I didn't want to be like, where are you from? And like, again, they're not from this country, but their answer to me was Ohio. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, right. And then you're like, but wait, are you like from Ohio, or you like
right,
like air quotes from
right?
Ohio?
Because your accent is from another country, so I don't want to, I don't know what Ohioans sound like, but they don't sound like they're from like South America or Africa or European. I don't know, but
sure.
Yeah. So with that, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we will have a bit more show for you, and then I've got a special announcement, but I'm waiting till the end to share it. So please hold. We will return after this quick break.
The Indube Podcast.
Hey, dear listeners, just a gentle reminder that you can support the Indube Network by subscribing to the Indube Patreon at patreon.com/Indube.
But hold up, Sterling. I keep hearing about this website. What is Patreon?
So glad you asked. Patreon is a membership platform where subscribers can pay, fund, or donate to creators for content. In other words, if you subscribe for a small monthly fee, you can get bonus podcasts, reviews, videos, and just awesome extra goodies from the Indube Network.
So all that extra stuff we couldn't fit in this episode they're listening to right now will be on the Patreon?
Exactly, and so much more.
Oh, really? Well, where does my money go?
Well, podcasts cost money. Microphones, conferencing software, and host websites aren't free. So every little bit that a patron chips in helps produce the content they already love and enjoy. And for your contributions, based on how much you give per month, we'll unlock more perks to be enjoyed that are created specifically for patrons.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. So where do I go again?
Patreon.com/Indube. Browse around. Some posts are free. Most are $1, but you're free to do more and you will get more. And we at the Indube Network will certainly appreciate the help keeping the studio lights on.
That's for sure. And thank you to the patrons that are already supporting and enjoying all that extra bonus content. Like that one video where you did that one thing you said you wouldn't, couldn't, and shouldn't do.
Oh, I know. And I almost got killed to death trying to do it, but I did it and now it's done.
That was hilarious.
Good times.
Good times.
We have one more story. This particular... or not even, well, it is a story. It is a story. But this story you will hear the entirety of on our Patreon. That is patreon.com/Indube. You can hear the entire thing of what you're about to hear. LeBlack has generously taken some time to do some research and tell us her Black History fact. And not only will you can hear the rest of it on the Patreon, but you can also go to her website, which I'll have her say because I don't think I said the correct name of it. And what is the website, the address, and all that lovely stuff?
You actually did say it correctly. The Black Creative without the E.com.
Okay. Oh,
Nice.
fantastic. Oh. Golly, great. So what will you be I was
Golly.
excited. I was excited. I couldn't think of another excited word. And welcome back to the Indube Podcast. And we just had the whole episode's been a history lesson. Hopefully you've learned something and either been inspired, maybe a little saddened, but I mean, sometimes the truth does hurt a lot. So, but it's good to know. It's good to be in the know. I do have an announcement to make officially, that's an O. Well, I'm looking at all these zeros because we are a few months away from episode 100.
Woo!
Yes. So with that, episode 100 will be live. We will be in front of a live audience. It will be featuring a guest who has been confirmed. His name is Chris Clark. He is a comedian who I think he's in Connecticut. I'm not sure. I follow him on, well, he is on Twitter. I don't remember what his Twitter name is, but I follow him on Instagram. I will have all that. I have more details to come. But May 17th, if you are in the Connecticut area, you are invited to the podcast. That is a Friday night it will be 13 Waverly Avenue in Portland, Connecticut. But not only that, but this is a 2-night event because, I mean, it's a big deal. So Friday, May 17th is the podcast. It is free to attend. Saturday night, May 18th, Chris Clark will perform for us. So purchase, but that's for purchasing $25 tickets. I will be giving some tickets away to some lucky listeners. I don't know how that's going to work yet, but I'll figure that out and soon. So put that on your calendars. That's, I mean, his performance you're not going to be able to see, but the podcast I will be streaming that live. But be in the audience. I've learned since I went to Seattle and sat in on a few podcasts, it's actually much, much, much more fun to be in the audience there live with other people enjoying it. So definitely, if you're in the Connecticut area, I don't want you to come out and be like, I don't know where to, to stay. I mean, if you're coming out, let me know. I'll try to help you out as much as I can. But that's May 17th. That's a Friday. That's the 100th episode. We're going to have a lot of fun. So yeah, that's the big announcement. The other one is that the Oscars are this coming weekend. This is your last chance to do the prediction ballot that I have been talking about the last few episodes. The last episode I had Candace Frederick on, and we discussed a good number of the Oscars and the movies. So go through and vote for who you think's going to win and who you want to win, who should win, and we'll see how all that lines up. And that's all I got. Courtney, you got any shout outs or plugs or anything of that nature?
Just check me out if you want to connect or chat or, at me for whatever reason. You can find me on the Twitters at IamKHinton, where I will tweet about I had a good one. I had a whole spiel ready to go earlier this week and I forgot.
You don't remember what it is now.
No, and something told me to write it down, and guess who didn't write it down? So you can find me tweeting about Doctor Who to Downton Abbey to...
Have you finished it yet?
Downton Abbey?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm on my third rewatch right now. What are you talking about?
Because there was a time where you did not want to...
A year ago.
You didn't let me know that you finally finished it because you were so reluctant. Like, if I finish it, it's gonna be over.
And sure enough, I was very sad, and then I started watching it all over again. So, yeah, true facts.
Anyway, go on.
So yeah, catch me over at the Twitters. We have a lot to talk about.
And LeBlack, do you have any plugs and shout-outs? I know you do, but
of course I've got plugs and shout outs. The disrespect. No, I'm just playing. Some of you guys have probably already noticed I'm taking a temporary hiatus from Twitter at Love and Shalom. So I'm going to try and slowly coming back just a little bit, but to get my social media fix. And if you need your social media fix of me, you can catch me at Portia_LeBlack on Instagram. Or you can find me on my blog at LeBlackCreativeNoe.com.
Lovely. And you mentioned, Courtney, about having you were gonna jot something down, a whole spiel. I sent a tweet of how to close the show, and I forgot what that was. I need to go and search for that tweet. And I thought about it before the show. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to find it in time, and I still didn't go find it, but I'm going to try to have it for next time because I really, really want to use it. Because I found it so funny, and I don't know if you will. It's either going to go one way or the other, but either way, it's going to amuse me regardless.
It's all
Yeah.
about you. All about
It
number
is.
one.
It is. It truly is. Oh, I'm going to put you on the spot, Courtney. Did you get the package I sent?
Okay, so here's the deal. When I got
Okay.
home, it was like 32 degrees and windy and super rainy.
That's
so I
nothing.
was like, shut up. So I was like, I'm not going outside in this rain. I'm gonna let it, die down and So
Mhm.
long story short, I got in the house and stayed there. Now it's not raining right now, so I can go and see about this alleged package.
Okay,
go from
because
there.
it is podcast related.
See, I missed my opportunity to say #mood because you got in the house and stayed there. I need to do that all 2019. I wish I could have jumped in. I missed my moment, but thank you, Courtney. I'm putting that on my t-shirt. I got in my house and stayed there. When people go, "Where were you, Black?" I got in my house and stayed there.
Yeah, that's a forever mood. Like it doesn't even have to be 2019. It's just a mood.
Yes. Amen.
I'm gonna jump in here and give a quick plug to one of my t-shirts, which you can wear like as soon as you get into the house. Change into this t-shirt that just says Maximum Co's. I think that's what it says. Now I got to check to make sure that's what it says.
Jeez, come on, get your plugs.
I know. While I'm checking,
nothing. Like, come on, man.
I know. I just got excited because I'm like, this is my chance, but I wasn't prepared. While I'm verifying that, I will also say that I did get a package from LeBlack. Thank you for my light bulbs.
Yay!
So I've been playing with the lights, and right now it's just a regular white light, but I managed to make them blue, and I think I figured out the timing of it. So now when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to have this big bright light that's forcing me to wake up, and I might not be happy about it, but it's necessary. So yeah, thanks for that, for the belated gift.
Woo-hoo.
And now I'm just verifying. I mean, I've actually have some really nice shirts that people should check out. Blurred has been sold a couple times. I have a Blurred shirt. I have a shirt that just says nice, but that's not the one I'm looking for. It's nope, not that one. Zero Bothers. That's the shirt. When you get home from work, you just put on the shirt that says Zero Bothers because you do not want to be bothered by anyone. So it is a mood.
I love it.
In my opinion, it's a mood.
Absolutely.
So there you have it. That's the plug I was trying to get to.
And where can we purchase this shirt, sir?
You can purchase it at Actually, no, the easiest way to get there, I'll just say, is to go to indoob.com. That's where everything is. That's where you can find my Twitter. That's where you can find the link to the store. Because trying to tell you the URL, even though it's a short one, it's t.pub/blake/indoob.
No, darling. Courtney, did you see what I was doing there? Just trying to plug.
Trying to teach him how to plug his stuff, and then he's like, "I'm gonna just do this." Blah, blah, blah.
Well, just go to indoob.com. Everything is there. You can get to the store. You can get to the Patreon. All the links are there, right front and center. So you don't have to search and hunt. Like, where's the Patreon? It's right there. So everything is nice and easy.
Good job.
We're so proud of you.
The only thing that's not there that I'm plugging hard is the Oscar prediction. That is bit.ly/IND Oscars 2019.
Nice.
See, that was nice and simple, nice and easy. So
I'll allow that. It's when you're like /XQR uppercase PRN. Then I'm like, no.
Exactly.
That's a perfect bit.ly. I'm very proud of you for that one.
Thank you. I mean, I'm so glad that they allow you to customize it, and I frown on the people who don't take advantage of it. And I'm not naming any names, but there's some people, when I went to PodCon, they were giving out like cards with their links on it. I'm like, why would you do this? You have the opportunity to change this, something much simpler, something much easier. Why are you doing this?
Shh, don't get ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, I mean, we were there to, help each other and to help each other grow.
Yes,
But
we do. We do stand sharing information. I'm sorry, guys. I just want my baby Sterling to win, guys. So don't take that personally. Just him first. Y'all too,
Yeah.
but him first.
Well, I do have a number of Bitly links out there that are floating around, and that's just the current one. So best believe Oscars 2020 will have a new Bitly link for that, and you probably guess what it would be. So there is that. And my playlists, I think some of those have Bitly links as well. So I love it. It makes life so much simpler. So I think that's everything. I wasn't sure if Courtney had retrieved or decided to leave the mood.
Well, since I was put on the spot, I did go to my mailbox, and it's not raining, but it's that annoying mist crap that like you can't. It's not. There's no point of even wearing an umbrella or like carrying an umbrella, but it's still spitting. Anyways, just want to. I mean, that's what it's like. It's like spitting. So, anywho, yeah, I did retrieve the package, and it looks to be a 2019 calendar from the radio station you work at.
Yes, and because that was something that we discussed in episode 85, which was another live episode, and the fact that you can never. That was a question someone had about having calendars. So
having too many,
right?
Or not enough,
right. And I needed, I couldn't get in touch with Jerry to have him sign it for you since he was also kind of adamant about making sure that you got a calendar. So,
well, thank you. Yeah. It will be put to good use.
Very well, very well. So I'm glad we've come full circle with that. And just imagine how much more fun we'll have in episode 100, May 17th. Woo-hoo! And now, remember, if the world didn't suck. Oh, no, I can't say that yet because I have to let everybody know the other good things that you need to do. And I need to thank you again, LeBlack Creative, for coming and giving us so much information and joining in on our shenanigans. When there were shenanigans to be had, because there's got times it got serious. I'm sorry?
I said I had fun. I'm already getting pieces of fabric together for my Obama Space Force costume. So I should be
I can embroider you something, like if you want a sweet patch or something, I could totally embroider it for you.
I totally want a patch. Come on.
Okay.
I'm I'm needing a patch. I've got a pin from Sterling, but we're gonna put this together because I'm ready for Space Force. Okay.
I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. I didn't even get. You told me about this, and I didn't even think about putting some orders in. But we'll talk later. Please rate, comment, and share the pod on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and Podbean. Thank you so much for supporting, listening, stopping by, and pressing play. Tell someone you value that you value them, and live for the folks you love. Courtney, LeBlack, I love you both. I've been your benevolent host, T. Sterling Watson. Oh, thank you. Oh, tears.
No.
I've been your benevolent host, T. Sterling Watson. And remember, if the world didn't suck, we'd all fall off. The Indube Podcast is recorded in a studio somewhere on planet Earth. The Indube Podcast is part of the Indube Network, and if you'd like to get in contact with the Indube Podcast, please email indubepod@gmail.com. That is indubepod@gmail.com. You can find the Indube Podcast on Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Google Play, and of course Podbean, or wherever podcasts may be procured. If you'd like to find out more information, please visit indube.com, where you can find our store, the blog, and of course our Patreon if you'd like to support and donate and find more perks and fun things to listen to and watch. For Chief, DJ Joe Daddy, Bilford, this is T. Sterling Watson signing off. Thank you so much for listening. Use your words, Chief. Good boy. This has been another 3SFX production.
So sorry, guys.
We're aware. You've got a little guy just wanting to be part of the show. So shout out to, I believe you call him Little Lion. So
Yes,
he's,
hashtag Little Lion. Yes, enough.
is he roaring so majestically?
He's so majestic.
So yeah.